Hey everyone, it's Adrian here, and I want to let you know that all of the VTubers and agencies that we talk about are located in our show notes. So if you're curious, definitely go check those out and you can go look them up. I also encourage you to listen to the very end of this show. It's a wonderful one and it's a lot of fun. And if you have any feedback, we definitely encourage you to leave it on our Anchor page at anchor.fm/UGPcast and click on the message link for a voicemail, or you can send it to us on Twitter at UGP_cast. We hope you enjoy the show, and thanks. Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome to episode number 51 of the Unknown Games podcast. This is a special bonus, and it's oh so lovely because this week, finally, we get to that special VTuber episode where we're going to tell you all about the best Vs in the world. The tubes, the VTubes, those girls. And... and I gotta say, we got a guest panel that's going to make you just like... I don't know. You're just gonna really enjoy who we have on the show because we're bringing back some of the OG favorites that you know and remember. I mean, hey, sometimes their names gotta change, but I still gotta introduce them. And I gotta say, it wouldn't be the show without my co-host Alex, the Game Duck.
Hey, what's up? I'm the Game Duck.
The Game Duck, Alex. You still made that name up by like 2 weeks ago. Like, you really want to keep going with it?
I mean, yeah, it's pretty good.
Do you have a game, like a representative game, Game Duck?
Have you played Duck Game?
Just flesh out your backstory. I want a full backstory by next week. Just flesh it out so I can be like, that's the Game Duck.
I'm the Game Duck. I was born as a waterfowl and I took a liking to video games.
Exactly. See, that's what I want. And then also, as you may remember, our evil lawyer back on the show. You know, he doesn't want to be called an evil lawyer G anymore. He just wants to be called Ahoooooy.
Ahoy!
Hey, what's up? I'm here.
Welcome back to the show, my friend. How you doing?
Yeah,
How you doing?
Back. I'm good.
I heard that you had to lock your door, though.
Yeah, I have to lock my door. My sister kept knocking on my door.
You have to lock your room door for two reasons, and one of them is VTubing.
VTubing and your sister is coming in there. Anyways, thank you for being on the show, my friend. And of course, you know we got to bring in the big B, I was gonna call you Big Bird, but Big B, the man himself, Bill, aka Elf. I can't say that word.
Oh my God, he's having a stroke. Yeah.
Slap nuts.
What? Say it again. Eloflishnuts. F-schnuts.
Elop Slapnoots. Thank you very much.
Slap nuts.
It could have come from Sesame Street. You never know.
You know, Big Bird is still... Wait, is Big Bird dead? Technically?
What kind of question is that?
What? Why would you ask that?
Moving on.
Moving on. Well, Bill, thanks for being back on the show, my friend. How are you doing this lovely night here in Tokyo?
Doing fine. Doing great. Thank you very much for having me a second time on your podcast. This is absolutely fantastic.
You know it, man. We're worldwide, world famous. Everyone's listening. And once again, everyone, you can follow us on the Twitters at UGP_cast. And the same thing on Instagram. And you can go look us up on YouTube at Unknown Games Podcast. We're on everywhere under the sun, plus Amazon Music. Yeah, we're big. And you can join us there too. Anyways, we're going to get started on this show because it's going to be quite the long one. It gets maybe an hour and a half. Who knows? But we're going to go around and I'm going to ask everyone their favorite VTuber, and I guess we should who wants to kind of break down the VTuber again with the best explanation possible, simple, what a VTuber is. I know, Bill, you actually did that a couple episodes ago, and I thought that was very good. Bill, do you want to take it? Yeah, Bill, introduce a VTuber once again to everyone, and then I'll follow up with that after that.
Sure thing. And please do feel free to correct me if I'm wrong at any circumstance or in any detail.
Mm-hmm.
But I would digress that VTubing is virtual YouTubing. It was coined by Kizuna back in 2016 or 2017. I'm not too sure on the dates. But one of the things that happened is that a virtual YouTuber calling herself a virtual YouTuber, decided to do a YouTubing career as a animated character, 3D rendered or 2D rendered. It doesn't matter. It depends on your liking, and you're basically putting on a avatar on yourself. And from there on, what you do with YouTubing is pretty much the same as anything else. Everyday video logging or talking about something or playing video games, but not as a physical form as you see other people in their regular person.
Their human bodies.
Or their human bodies, but rather just a 2D skin, illustration, or a 3D rendered animated character.
All right, there we go. Does anyone have anything to add to that? Anything? Is there a plus alpha to that?
No, I mean, I think that's the definition of VTubing. It is where it started, pretty much. Yeah.
All right. So now everyone, you kind of know a little bit, at least basic level, a VTuber, and of course you can find them all on YouTube and Twitch or anything, but mainly YouTube. That's where it comes. You can go there and check them out. But I'm really curious because I don't have a representative VTuber. Like I'm not in the culture that much, but I know you three are, and I'd just like to hear like not chat, but everyone listening, you might hear some clips here. Just make sure when you play your clip, just say who it's from so they can like maybe go look them up after this. But who wants to start first? Who wants to introduce their favorite VTuber, maybe what some of their sales points are and why you like them and why you think they're popular?
Well, I definitely want to say that Eihei started out with his introduction probably was not his voice.
Oh yeah.
I don't know where that source comes from.
Oh, this.
Or was that the actual pronunciation?
Hoshimachi. Yeah.
Yeah, it's from Hoshimachi.
Oh, yes.
Is that her calling your name?
No, it's her Ahoooooy, dude.
That's
oh,
not
sorry.
That's her.
I
That's her.
thought that was,
That's her thing. That's her thing. Yeah.
I thought that was the actual pronunciation of your name.
No.
It's like hey.
That's her ahoying.
If she called me by my name, I fucking died, dude.
Yeah, that would have been like
not be here.
100,000 yen donation right there. Yeah, super chat.
Okay, so what is it about Hoshimachi that you like? Like what kind of like attracts you to her? And like I guess if you want to explain just what she looks like, what does she look like?
Here's the thing. I don't want to talk about Hoshimachi though.
Why?
I have a different VTuber that I want to talk about.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think it's good if Alex start first so I can
You can prepare your heart. You can prepare your heart to talk about
who. Like, okay. I mean, I don't actually have like a favorite VTuber or anything. I kind of just bounce around a bunch of like whatever is being recommended to me on YouTube. I kind of fall into the algorithm because like right now, I mean, so hololiveEN debuted like 2 weeks ago or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of my recommendations right now are hololiveEN stuff. But if I had to pick like a one VTuber that I would say that I enjoy watching, I would probably go with Hoshimachi Suisei. She's from hololive.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. So I don't know if I would call her my absolute favorite, but I do enjoy her streams for a couple of reasons because I feel like she's just genuinely talented. Like she's really good at singing, like actually really good at singing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I enjoy like listening to her karaoke streams. And then she's also like really, really good at Tetris. So just like watching her play Tetris is like
good at Tetris.
She's like so good at Tetris. So I like watching her play
she goes
Tetris.
one-on-one with the top 2 player of Tetris 99, right?
Yeah, I don't know if it's a top 2 in the world, but it was a top 2. Well, maybe it's in the world or something.
Japan,
but yeah, it was a really good match. But so I just like watching her kind of do these things because I think it's natural for people to just enjoy watching talented people. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And I guess that makes her kind of accessible for just people who don't know. They might not know her, but they walk in or they open their browser and YouTube's like, hey, go watch this person playing Tetris. You know what I mean? And it's like, oh wow, I like Tetris or Tetris Effect, whatever. And then you're seeing this person who's like just going ham on it.
It would be like watching someone like Shroud, like watching Shroud for his FPS gameplay. But just imagine now that
Suisei is Shroud.
Yeah. Just imagine that Shroud also, has a cute avatar and is good at singing. So you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's kind of like that.
I can't
The battle
imagine
Shroud.
Shroud looking cute. Sorry, Shroud. Now that he knows me, I'm just saying that would be something. But yeah, so she's good at singing. She's good at playing games, and she seems like just kind of a all around likable. I don't know, a likable talent. You know what I mean? In terms of like her singing, is she singing pop songs or just?
I think she does, mostly J-pop and stuff like that. But she also has like she does covers, obviously. Like a lot of VTubers do covers, but she has a couple original songs,
Okay.
and those are actually just like really good songs. They're like really
one of them
catchy.
is on Spotify.
Yeah, Next Color Planet, right? Yeah, it's just really catchy.
It's really good, really
Yeah.
Okay, and her name was
Hoshimachi Suisei.
Hoshimachi Suisei.
So like star, city, comet, like those words.
That just sounds like a star became a comet that then hit a city in my mind. But
Sure, yeah, if you can think of it that way.
you can think of it. So we'll that's cool. That's cool. Bill, who you got?
Yeah, Suisei is definitely one of the gamers, definitely gamers out there who has a knack or talent with Tetris. I would actually like to see her in the classic Tetris World Championships or something.
She's like really good.
Yeah, but she plays Tetris 99
Mostly, yeah.
most recently.
Yeah.
She is absolutely mad at the skills.
I know.
I peruse quite a bit of characters on YouTube and also Twitch. Some of them, like Game Duck just said, hololive VTubers. So basically, now that the VTuber industry has become such a big thing, in the past few years, there have been agencies specifically getting a hold of these VTubers and putting them in one place. So Hololive is run by Cover, and also Ichikara runs Nijisanji, another giant agency for VTubers.
Yeah.
And I look at them both, but I right now have a fascination with the North American audience, and also just because it became pretty prevalent within the couple of months that we're in quarantine. I would say my interest is focused on Project Melody and Iron Mouse and Silver Veil.
Project Melody.
Okay.
Very, very interesting choice.
All right. So
and I'm not. Yeah.
Okay.
Just for that reason, I'm not sharing any clips.
Yeah, I mean you can look them up. Yeah,
You can look them up. Yeah.
you can, okay, so we'll just assume that Project Melody is maybe like an 18+ VTuber.
Oh yeah,
you can
Most
find
of
her. Yeah, on not YouTube. She has a YouTube channel,
No.
but yeah.
I can give you the gist of the idea behind her. It's everything that everyone wanted. It's best sides of two worlds of having to follow your favorite anime waifu on live streams, as well as watching them naked. And Project Melody delivers in both ways phenomenally and fantastically, because she runs on YouTube, she goes on Twitch, and she also goes on Chaturbate, which is live cam for adults.
Yeah. Okay.
A member of the science team.
Yes, she is.
What?
And it's all in the pursuit of science.
Oh, that's her. That's okay. That's her. Like, I guess her theme, not her theme, or just like her.
Yeah, time to time she'll call herself Professor Hentai.
Okay, so she's constantly doing research, and I mean, like, all of them technically have a theme of some sort. And I guess that's something to kind of highlight, right? That all these VTubers, in a way, are based around a theme or of something, right? They try to make a motif of themselves in some way, I think, whether it be them as an animal or wearing something that's related to an animal, or I don't know why I keep saying animal, but Hoshi Suisei, I'm guessing she has like a star somewhere on her or a comet somewhere.
Her like pupils are stars actually.
Okay. So, and then Project Melody, I would not doubt just either she has a lab coat on or she has like musical notes somewhere. I don't unless melody means something else. What is?
I mean, I don't think there's a lab coat on anywhere around her. Yeah.
Oh gosh. Okay.
No, and generally it doesn't. Well, a lot of times, as you mentioned, the name will sort of signify what kind of motifs they have, and they will maybe have some sort of theming around their name, portrayed in their outfit or in their eye color or maybe some sort of cute animal attachment on their hair or body. But some other times you don't even have to have any sort of correlation with the name itself. Project Melody is just Project Melody, and she is scantily clad, should I say, because her sort of agenda is to educate people in the realm of hentai and Japanese subculture in the form of R18 and adult material, but at the same time being herself and sort of an entertainment vessel for people to just watch on Twitch and have a good time.
Yeah.
This is nothing different from being any other YouTuber or Twitch streamer.
I actually think Project Melody is genuinely just a likable person from what I've seen.
This is really interesting because I have these questions written, like literally, what are their sales points? Why do you like them? Why do you think they're popular? And what makes them accessible for someone who doesn't know about VTubers? And like literally, I don't have to even think.
I think here's the thing about VTubers, like popular VTubers, is like, I think popular VTubers are popular for the same reasons that just popular people are popular. They're all just very likable.
Because of their personality.
Yeah, because of their personality.
There we go. There we go. And hey, what are you bringing? We gave you time to prepare, my friend.
Drum roll, please.
Project Melody.
I mean, I could have just straight up edited a drum roll in there for you.
It's
Gibara, 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 Supacha, Gibara, Gibara, Koshunyu! Yeah!
It's Otogibara era from Nijisanji.
Okay.
What just happened?
She's fantastic.
Okay, when you send those questions at me, I was thinking I was doing Houshou Marion one, but I've changed my mind because Gibara is probably one of the first VTuber I've watched before I immerse myself with the VTuber community. And she's probably one of the most interesting people on this earth, probably. Her character she's supposed to be a senior college student who's belong to a handicap circle. It's like modern Cinderella.
Okay, so like a modern Cinderella.
Yeah, but there's a twist.
Okay, what's the twist? You can't leave us hanging.
The twist is, just listen to this clip.
She just told us all to die.
Yeah,
just
it's her personality
she
gap.
have two different personality.
Yeah, the gap.
Yeah,
like an actual split personality, or just
she's like she don't give a shit about her character at all.
Like breaking character is funny.
She just breaks character.
Yeah.
Oh man.
She just break character all the time. That's probably because she's supposed to be this Cinderella shy kind of girl.
Like Akai Haato.
Yeah, just like Hachama.
Hachama.
Just like Akai Haato and Hachama.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm gonna let you continue finding that notes. But I just want to say, so she's kind of like a tsundere character, or shy character?
Not tsundere, but she's like shy on the outside, but she's batshit crazy on the inside.
On the inside.
Yeah.
There
So
we go.
it's kind of like the moe gap in a weird reverse sense, right? It's like the reverse moe gap.
Okay.
Here's the thing. She probably has one of the biggest turnaround from her initial personality as a VTuber.
Like worse than Hachama?
Yeah, it's probably at the same level as Hachama.
Okay. Because Hachama is sometimes hard to watch.
Because in her early sims, she's this shy Cinderella girl, but then as the stream goes on, she just goes batshit insane, just making monkey sound.
Making monkey sounds. I was gonna ask. So when she's kind of going insane, or just when she's like starting out kind of shy, is there anything that she's particularly doing? Is she playing games, or like what is she? Does she just talk, or what does she typically do? And then what makes her go crazy?
The clip that I played, like the one here. Hold on. It's from her playing Cat Mario and keep dying, so she just kind of goes insane there.
It just drives her insane. The insanity. So for her, that was kind of like an appeal point to you, just kind of like that gap. And
that gap.
Yeah, I think that's I like the moe gap. Well, this in this case, what's the reverse of a moe gap? Is there a thing or what? But I think it's pretty fun to see. Not even just in VTubing, but just like in anime. Like you'll see like a person who seems like a tsundere or whatever. I mean, that's the appeal of a tsundere, essentially, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Which
I also feel like it's an automatic transition from her appearance being like an actual princess look.
Yeah.
Because she's drawn that way. That's her character. What it looks like. But then when she goes into her outbursts, it's immediately apparent that inside the person who is Gibara is definitely more easily aggravated and goes into a tantrum.
Gibara and Era is a different people. This a different person, I think.
Yeah, so
Like-
this transition from the looking like a princess but being super down to earth, just your average guy with a tantrum and also loves money kind of character is an immediate sight gag and also makes opportunity for great fan art too.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. And she loves money.
and she loves money.
Yeah, I think one of the most infamous clips that I know about Gibara is her
Yeah.
swimming in a pile of
Swimming in
clips
money,
of
yeah.
$100 bills.
What? Just like Scrooge McDuck style, just like backstroking in them,
Exactly.
just like get that money.
Yeah,
Alex.
and it's kind of like a bird's eye view of her just making a snow angel, but in a
Of
pile
money.
of money.
Oh
She's so
man, yo, that's that fast money, big money. Big money, big money,
Fast money.
fast money, big car. Anyways, that
Working hard for the money.
you're working
So
hard
for
for
a
the money. Okay. Well, that makes sense. And it seems like what everyone is kind of pointing towards is, and I think Alex, you summed it up best, and everyone agreed, was what makes all of these girls or guys, whoever, because there's a lot of VTubers. There's thousands, hundreds of thousands of them. But what makes them all special, especially the popular ones, is that they're good entertainers and they're good concepts and talents in general. Whether you could have them with this persona over them or not, the personality inside is still what you're there for. So the same reason people, if you're watching Twitch and you follow a Twitch streamer or a YouTuber who's making vlog content or something like that, it's the same thing. So you don't have to, you can kind of get that out of your mind. I'm watching a cartoon thing on the screen, get that out of your mind, kids. I mean, adults, put that aside. Equality. All right.
Yeah, I think
Now.
like there's a clip floating on the internet that's often parodied at this point, but there's a clip on the internet of the head of cover of Hololive, Motoaki Tanigo.
Yago.
Yeah, that's how he's affectionately known.
Mr. Yago.
Yeah, but Motoaki Tanigo, he said, I don't know, it's like an interview or something about like why does he think VTubers are a thing or the future? But basically he said like being behind an avatar, behind a character, kind of lets people focus on their personality rather than their looks or whatever. So it doesn't matter what you look like, just as long as you're genuinely an entertaining person, you should be able to get viewers or fans that way.
And going with that in terms of like the future, like what do you all hope to see from like VTubers in the future in terms of growth or just trying different things? We know that they already do singing. I was gonna say they do singing, dancing, and arithmetic and all these wonderful things. But no, they seriously they do have concerts. I'm pretty sure there are concerts now, right?
Several, yeah.
So
I've watched Gibara perform Fanse at Shout the Rainbow, I think. It's probably one of the best concerts I ever saw in my life. Her performance is really great that it turned me into this idol shit. Into this idol sim. Yeah, she's really great.
But yeah, what do you all hope? Bill, I'm gonna ask you starting first, and then we're gonna go with Alex after. I mean, you guys can kind of debate on that as you go. But Bill, what are you hoping to see from the future for VTubers and a direction change or anything like that?
Yeah, I think this future is, I don't know, is a mystery. I'm gonna not go into detail of what I perceive is going to happen in the next 5 or 10 years. But if I can go into a little bit of different tangent, this whole idea of VTuber being a novelty or some sort of new phenomenon, I think is kind of not the right way to perceive it, because we've always been in the culture, at least for anyone who's in the subculture or interested with comic books and anime and games and whatnot. We've all been there, and we've all experienced through the idea of cosplaying and putting a persona on or acting out a character. And this is nothing but an extension of that, in my eyes. So what I would see should come up in the next few years is a heavy reliance on technology and how it progresses with VTubing. So we have 2D characters. We have face rig technology where you can just put yourself in front of a smartphone and the character's eyes and lips and facial features, or expressions move around. You also have 3D technology, tracksuits, the same kind of thing you'll see in Sekiro or Dark Souls. People putting on suits and mimicking character movements, and it's transitioned into a 3D rendered game character. And that all is going to just be put into a live stream of these animated characters. And sooner or later, we're going to have much more specific expressions, really high or low latency expressions, and also movements, and just a sheer amount of stuff that you can just do inside of a digital world. Because we're already seeing that in VR chat. And I think it's just a matter of how much better your avatar can be.
Yeah, I think as VR technology gets better, also VTubing at the same time will get better. Because I remember when I first heard about VTubing, and I heard about it was using, like, the early kits were basically using an HTC Vive, right? To track movement and stuff like that. So to me, I was like, oh, that's interesting, because I have a Vive and I use a Vive for VR games. So it's basically taking, like, my body and putting it into a virtual world. But when you use the HTC Vive or whatever to do VTubing, you're kind of like, I don't know, it's almost like the reverse, right? You're taking, like, instead of looking into a virtual world, it's like taking your physical body and then putting that into mapping that to an avatar. You know what I mean? You know what I'm trying to say? Like, yeah. But that was early kits. That was basically when the Vive was just like a controller. So it was like just tracking your head in 3D space and your hands, like not even like the grip of your hand, but just that you're holding controllers. But I think as it's getting better, like as you mentioned, there's face tracking now, and face tracking is getting a lot better.
That's true.
In a weird way, I feel like VTubing right now is not too far off from listening to a radio show. Because there is a lot of limitations still with virtual YouTubing. Like I said, you have face tracking technology, and you also have 3D avatars, but at the same time, it's not like you can move around like you would in a regular camera shot.
That's very true.
Actual self.
Because like when you're looking at them, they you'll see a lot of similar mannerisms that kind of just let you know, like, okay, this is maybe they're using this software or whatever. No matter how much they've put into it money wise, now there are a lot of smoother looking ones that I've seen, but the expressions, like you said, are still kind of limited in terms of what's actually being displayed emotionally. And what do you think, my friend?
No, I just want more cute girls and boys.
Yeah, that's fair.
keeping it simple and real. I just want more
very
cute
simple
girls.
needs. Yeah,
simple needs for
And that's the thing. When you're watching your favorite virtual YouTuber, and if you already like anime characters and you've grown accustomed to watching anime and cartoons since childhood, this is all that you ever wanted in life.
VTuber is just like never-ending slice of life anime.
Oh yeah. I guess so.
Instead of
never-ending slice of life anime.
Yeah.
That's it.
And instead of having to wait another season for a new anime to come out, maybe you're gonna like it, maybe you're not. You have a plethora of just all kind of VTubers out there, and you just pick your favorite ones, and they'll eventually do something cute for you.
That's very true. That's a good point. Like, like we said, there's so many of them out there, and all you really have to do is just find one, and then
find one.
Yeah, and like Alex was saying, he doesn't even like he has his favorites, right? He's got some that he likes, but literally the YouTube algorithm is finding them for him at this point. Like,
yeah, it's pretty.
My
ridiculous.
My recommended is crazy. Dude.
Yeah, I almost need to make like a second account at this point just to like wipe myself clean of this, like, and look at other videos. Yeah.
Oh man,
what would happen if you start off with a clean slate and YouTube recommends you all sorts
Thoroughly.
of hololive.
So here's the thing.
Nijisanji
I
clips.
use not a dummy account. I log out of YouTube. I have a browser for streaming, so I can go on YouTube and no one can see the actual stuff that I look at. I looked at like 2 clips, and like YouTube's like, you want more of that, don't you? And it's already like it's already
Yeah, it's
and I'm like,
ridiculous.
holy crap, man! YouTube like, oh my god.
YouTube is quick. They know.
Yeah.
They know what
YouTube
they know what
YouTube
you want.
I'm just constantly bombarded with Inugami Colony clips.
Oh my god! For me,
Ikenboku.
oh my, it's hololiveEN because I looked at like a couple of their debut streams and also like some of the 5th gen hololive girls because I mean, you watch one and then it's game over, man.
Oh man. Well, I'm gonna say so. I'm gonna kind of tangent a little bit off of that 5th gen that you just talked about, and before moving on to the next question, but we see with like hololive and some of these bigger agencies that there are 1st gen, 2nd gen, 3rd gen, 5th gen, and what this kind of represents is that there's an initial debut of a. I mean, if we want to talk about this in idol culture or like a group, say there was. We'll just take. I'm just gonna say the Backstreet Boys. We'll talk about the Backstreet Boys. We keep them
Backstreet Boys.
relevant. Keeping it real, Backstreet's back, right? So we keep Backstreet Boys. This is like the OG guys, right? But then we want to make like the 2nd gen Backstreet Boys, like the Backstreet Little Boys. And
Make sure to
anyways, that's the anyways, that's the 2nd gen, right?
Backstreet Kids,
The Backstreet Kids.
the Backstreet Juveniles.
Are we not just giving the Backstreet Boys like some extra material that they could actually just like continue the legacy? Anyways, so that's what happens, right? There's like 2nd group, 3rd group, 4th group, and so on and so on. Do you guys find that this kind of method, I can't say it, but do you find that it gets kind of confusing when there's so many of these kind of VTubers in one agency? Do you think
Nope.
that is a hindrance to?
Not
like,
at all,
Like we
no.
said before, you just need to find one girl and that's it.
Yeah. Also, more the better.
Are
Yeah, more the better.
Yeah.
so in that case, is there a way to find the one for you?
I mean,
Is there a
Yeah,
place that you can
just-
go to kind of help you?
there's like the
if
official
you're
website.
new.
They have a schedule. Hololive at least has a schedule where it's like, here's all the girl streams. Here's when they're
There's
live. Yeah.
a fan-made website that's telling that different hololive member when they are streaming.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
called
Okay.
Holo Tools and it's so helpful for me.
Okay.
It's
And
called
when
Holo Tools,
so you can just look up like what they're streaming and see if like, okay, like maybe they're streaming like Sekiro or something, and that I like that. So I'll check them out, and then you kind of can go in from there. So that's good. But and I guess then going back to the question I want to ask is, do you find that there are any issues that are facing VTubers? Maybe something that could be holding them back in any way, or
Yes.
from other people watching.
Should we talk about the manual waiting?
Do you want to talk about that thing? I mean, that's a very interesting subject, actually.
Yeah, it's
And I think
Because-
I think that goes into the broader idol industry of Japan, really. Yeah.
yeah.
If you want to introduce it, go ahead.
It's probably one of the worst incident, I think. Yeah.
So far, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Feel free to introduce
Are you
it.
familiar with this, Bill?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm actually
you want
not.
to
So
start, Bill?
guys, lead
Yeah,
it
Bill,
up.
do you want to introduce?
No, go ahead. Actually, I don't remember the details.
Oh man, I don't know. I do know that like, yeah, so she accidentally leaked her model, I think prior to her debut on YouTube. So like people got to
Yeah.
see like what her model was, which is kind of like, I guess it kind of sucks, but it's like it technically was a contract breach. And
She
then
got suspended for 2 weeks.
she got
and
suspended for 2
after
weeks for this, yeah.
that-
Okay.
And then
And people were waiting for her to return, and then cover release a statement that she's released from hololive.
yeah.
Okay, so then she got
Yeah.
just dropped from the agency, and I think I remember seeing a video of her because I very like vaguely remember this, but like she was actually, and this is something that you'll see in Japan where when someone messes up, they have to kind of go on TV,
and apologize,
Go on
yeah.
TV and they'll apologize. They'll have like there's tons of cameras taking pictures as they bow and everything, and this was the exact same thing for her. She was doing she was in her model, and she was just like, I mean, I felt kind of bad, but then like you said, it was a contract breach, so that happened there. It was kind of a weird thing. I don't, is that the first time that's really ever happened?
No, that's
On
definitely
the
not
scale?
the first time.
Okay.
It's the first
Yeah.
time that it got the member retired.
Yeah,
but
she like quit
I think it's not
basically.
the first time. Yeah.
Yeah.
time to time, it's well. I mean, I think it's actually amazing that not many more similar occasions occur.
Yeah.
But you would have to test out your virtual YouTuber skin in a way at some point. And you're going to probably want to do that with the same platforms that you're going to be using, say YouTube or Twitch or maybe Nico Nico videos. And sometimes you just make mistakes. You're going to leave it, you forget to delete it, or you go on public or whatever. And that's exactly what happened here.
I have a question though, actually, and I still don't understand this, and I think this is just a cultural mindset thing, but like, why do you think that some people got mad at her for not deleting the archive? I mean, yes, she broke contract, right? But I mean, Bill, do you have any idea about this? Are you like, do you have any, why would people get that angry at someone like leaking their model early?
It has to do with a few variables. I think one of them would probably be the context of the video itself. For example, maybe she was a little more disingenuous or maybe out of character, and people were kind of upset because most of the times when you come up with a debut for a virtual YouTuber, especially someone who is under contract of the agency, they'll build up a Twitter account first, and they'll garner a fan base there teasing at the debut of a new virtual YouTuber, maybe showing a little bit of the hair or not the entire body asset, and maybe a few clips of her voice. And at that point, if there's already a fan base of maybe 2,000 or 3,000 people, they're going to anticipate what kind of character you are. So if there was a leaked footage of her not doing exactly what she was doing on Twitter, then I can see the mob mentality of, hey, this is not what she's supposed to be like, and we're getting ripped off of being loyal to her on Twitter.
Sure, yeah.
The other part of it is that it's because it's a business contract, and she's under legal
contract,
restrictions. Yeah, so it's not only her problem; it becomes the agency's problem too. So she is taking, I guess, the kind of security of being in an agency, but also damaging the brand image of being a secure agency and being able to take care of their talents and keeping an NDA with them, all that kind of stuff. So it involves a lot of people. When it does, most of the time, the cultural and sort of social backlash that you get in Japan is that it's the agency's fault, and also the agency has to take responsibility for whatever's happened.
Right. I mean, I think for me, like, the idol culture is really weird because this is the thing with voice actresses mostly, really. But like, I remember when when Kizuna Ai, like the original voice actress for Kizuna Ai, kind of revealed herself on YouTube. She had to, like, in that video, she prefaced that video, and even in the description, she was like, I'm going to say things that are not within character. I'm going to say things like that isn't Kizuna Ai. So please, like, don't watch this if you want to maintain your image of Kizuna Ai, which I think is a very, very Japanese way of thinking.
Weird
mindset. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Like, you can't separate the character from the
voice,
actual,
from the person,
from the person. You know, even if that is very much a Japanese mindset to get really attached to like that persona or just something, you know, to that extent. And that's it's a weird not that mentality per se to me, because I can kind of understand it when you feel like, okay, like I really got invested in something and I just felt really let down, but I don't feel like for me I could hold a grudge, but it feels almost like a grudge.
I can kind of understand it where it's like, because she sounds like, actually she really just sounds like Kizuna Ai. So if you love Kizuna Ai, you love that character, it will save a lot of merch, you put a lot of money down on whatever, and then you see like her actress just being herself, and just maybe she says something you don't agree with, or maybe she does something that you don't like, then your mind, you kind of like tie that to Kizuna Ai is doing that thing. You know what I mean?
Right. And there's actually a good, I don't know if anyone here has watched Black Mirror, but there's actually a pretty good representation of this on...
which episode?
I think it's Black Mirror season, it might be 4 or 3 or 4, where there's a mascot. There's a
I remember.
The children's mascot is I can't remember if the mascot is very famous. but the person inside the mascot isn't. It's the mascot is so famous that the mascot actually wins the election for prime minister. But then people, like the person inside, gets so upset about it, just like that they're essentially nothing. But like the person inside's like, hey, I'm this person, I'm the mascot, and everyone's like, dude, A, you're not no, you're not him, or B, like, no, like I don't want to accept that. I don't want to accept that you are this really cool mascot that's been going around and literally saying F politicians, like, forget them. It's time to get hype. You know what I mean? That was the premise of the episode.
It is a VTuber episode. Holy shit.
How long ago was that? That was maybe like 5 years ago. I watched it at least 3 years ago. Black Mirror doing it big.
I think that was one of the deficits for Kizuna, especially because she did, well, her and maybe probably her agency is the one who was most responsible for this, but she did put on a character. She was Kizuna on YouTube, and we probably didn't see the actual her when she wasn't Kizuna. And I actually like to kind of relate VTubing and also VTuber organizations and agencies, rather, the equivalent of Uber. Because in Uber, anyone can be an Uber driver. And anyone can make deliveries if they just go to Uber and sign up. Same thing with VTubers, in a way, because you can be a VTuber anytime you want. And if you are a VTuber, you have all the chances of becoming part of an agency. But it's not like the agency has full control over you, right?
Okay.
So if an Uber driver decides not to make the delivery and eat your burger before they come to your apartment, obviously the customer is going to be mad at Uber company itself, but Uber company doesn't have responsibility over that person, and they can fire him, but it's not technically firing either, because all they're doing is just registering as an Uber driver, and they're not specifically an employee. And same thing with VTubing, is that you can do whatever you want. You could probably make some pretty nasty remarks that could get you kicked out of the agency or maybe off of YouTube itself, but you always have the chance to go on somewhere else, and you also have the assets for yourself, unless it's been provided by the agency.
Interesting. That is a very interesting way of looking at it. Do you guys have anything else to say about that before we move on? Just anyone? Alex or Ehe?
I don't really. I'm fine. Yeah.
Good humor.
There's still literally like crickets chirping in the background in my apartment. Not in my apartment, outside of my apartment.
Growing. He's like cultivating crickets.
Yeah.
I'm cultivating those crickets so I can eat them.
I think people also get upset when Gibara break her character first time.
Really?
Yeah.
When she went crazy.
When she went crazy.
I feel like, so this is kind of a tangent, but kind of not. I feel like there's definitely a distinction between the earlier VTubers. So I'm talking like Kizuna and like Mirai Akari and the other one. You know what I mean? Like all the older ones.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, her too as well. And I think they started out as like let's say like the traditional YouTuber sense, where they would do like vlogs and like just weird videos and like quizzes or whatever. Basically offline content, right?
Okay.
And then now, like, it feels like a lot of the bigger agencies are pushing live streaming.
Yeah,
a lot of the stuff is live, and then later they'll be sometimes they'll do offline content, like like original songs or skits or whatever. But to me, it feels like a lot of it is live streaming now at this point.
Okay.
So I don't know, like, I don't really follow the older VTubers as much anymore. I mean, part of the reason is because they're not recommended to me on YouTube. But like, now that we're going towards live streaming as kind of like the main content delivery, how much of the person's personality, like the person behind the VTuber, how much of their real personality comes through in their live stream? Like if you're doing like an 8-hour live stream, you're playing a game or whatever, you're bound to slip up, right? Way more often.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's one thing that recent YouTubers probably learned from their predecessors, is that you can't put on an act for an 8-hour stream. So might as well be yourself.
Right.
And I feel like more of the recent YouTubers have just taken that as an oath, and whatever character they're portraying is pretty much exactly what they are in real life.
Right. I think I noticed. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. If they're just being themselves as a virtual character or an animated character online, there's nothing hindering them from being hated online, because what they are is what they are, and that's all they're going to be portraying.
Right.
And if you like it for them, if you like them for that, then that's it. If you don't, you're gonna find another VTuber.
It's just very difficult to keep up a a personality like that. And I you can see this with a lot of VTubers, like when they do these long streams, especially these like collab streams. Maybe if they're with some VTuber friends, they kind of just are themselves, right?
They're just hanging around it.
Yeah, they're just kind of just hanging out, and in that regard, I feel like that's no different than, let's say, just Twitch streamers, right?
Right.
Yeah, I would even make the argument that Tsukino Mito was probably one of the first people who was the low key, just herself was a character model, and she was just doing whatever she usually does. Yeah, she was just a degenerate JK online.
She was a degenerate
JK.
JK, Joshikose, or just a high school girl.
Yeah, we have no idea if she's a high schooler or not, but that's what her avatar character looks like.
When you say that, so I used to be a teacher here, and there were moments after my students graduated from junior high or middle school, and bless their hearts, I called them Narashino's finest. They're my city's finest students, because I'll never forget the day I just walked by the local convenience store and just saw them just squatting, just with a cigarette, squatting, just chilling, smoking. I'm like, guys, don't. They're like, hey, what's up, Leon Sensei? How you doing? I'm like, you shouldn't be smoking, guys. And then I kept going.
Did you report them?
I'm just their former teacher at that point.
Man, I would be like, man, you shouldn't be smoking. I'm writing you up. I'm calling your mom right now.
I'm calling your mom. You better put that out now.
Big trouble, Missy.
Oh man, but yeah, the finest generation right there, raised in. Okay, well, we're on about the 50-minute mark here, and we've been going pretty good. I guess the only thing I have left are about 2 questions, and those 2 questions are, number one, just closing out with your own personal statement. If you have to kind of just say something to whoever's listening to the show right now about VTubers, in terms of just like, hey, I hope you check them out, or something, like your final word. I want you to think about that. And then I also want to ask to you, what was I going to say? I was going to ask about just the appeal of VTubers on a worldwide spectrum, in terms of Asia and America. I know, or just the West. The West is not just America, but West and East kind of thing. And just want to know, just go guys.
We're skipping the Pokemon thing.
Oh, see, you got me better than I got myself. Let's go with the Pokemon. Let's cue it up. So I think it was a couple weeks ago, right? Pokemon decided to do her own, and I guess I don't want to call it a VTuber, but she just put the overlay over herself, the model, and I decided to do a Twitch stream. And she kind of broke it down, what in terms of like the reasons why she did it. Sometimes, it's not easy to always just go and put makeup on, get dressed up, and that takes something out of you, and to be on screen and have people critique you, and just it is one thing. And we also brought it up earlier. We were talking about, hey, anyone can do this, but you can be behind the kind of mask and persona of your avatar. But I guess, what do you guys think of that? What do you think? Do you think that she handled it nicely in terms of introducing quote unquote VTubers to a larger Western audience? And did you feel offended by it, or did you feel offended by it? Yeah.
I know some of my mutual really hate her. Some of my mutual on Twitter is really upset with this, because in a sense she's not a VTuber. It's just Pokemon with an avatar. That's it.
Right.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I'm kind of feeling, because the fucking timing is really odd. The hololiveEN girl debuted, and then day after that she announced her VTuber thing.
I think
it just seems kind of weird.
That might be a coincidence, maybe, but
yeah.
I think just at least with the hololiveEN debut, I think it shows that like there is certainly a growing market for VTubers, and there's an untapped demand of VTubers that speak English, right?
Yeah, and I think I don't think we ever really clarified this even at the beginning. Majority of the VTubers speak Japanese, and there are some that are bilingual. And that's one of the things with these. We've been saying hololiveEN, like EN, for a long time, but this hololive, I just say English, but girls who are specifically, I think they're native English speakers, if I'm correct.
I think one of them is native Japanese, but just speaks English really well.
But just okay. So there's a growing market because Ehe, you're from Indonesia, right?
Yep.
And
What up?
what up? Do you want to give a shout out to Indonesia right now?
No.
But when you've been watching VTubers so far, how did you ever feel anything was off with the subbing because maybe it was a fan sub or something? How did you feel about getting some native content finally?
I don't know. I just watch it, and if it's funny, I laugh.
Yeah,
I don't know what to.
I actually have a question for you that I just realized before we started. Is like, when I watched VTubers, I think the rest of us, at least in this channel right now, I think we all know Japanese. So like when you
guys know Japanese, I don't know.
Yeah, so when we watch VTubers live, like not a fan subtitled clip or later, we can actually just kind of follow the stream. It only occurred to me now when we started that like you don't know Japanese. So when you are watching a stream live, what is it like for you? Like, do you know? I
just watch this cute girl speaking Japanese.
So you don't even know what they're talking about. You have no idea what they're talking
about. Usually there's people in the chat that translate it, but that's it. Like, if you don't know Japanese, you're in the dark.
So you're just like, what? They could be talking about like genocide.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah. That's a funny clip. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh goodness. Well, that is a very interesting thing, and like we were saying, there's a huge untapped market. But for us, we never really think about it because we can understand
cute
what they're
girl
saying.
Cells, that's it.
I actually like to expand on his comments there because anyone who's at least watched one anime, whether it be One Piece, whether it be Dragon Ball or Bleach or Naruto, we're all familiar with the squeaky anime girl voice, right? Mm-hmm. So when we hear virtual YouTubers talking in Japanese, I guess if you've already have a fascination for a Japanese anime, it doesn't put you off at all.
Yeah.
That's true. It's not like a, because like, back in the day, everyone's like, yo, you watch that subbed or do you watch dub? And I'm like, I watch it either way. And, at one point your mind kind of just turns off the fact that it's another language. And there are words that you understand from maybe other things that you've watched. And you kind of start somewhat following what's happening, and it's amazing how much movements and gestures and just people when they act, right, how much they can convey without you even having to understand the language. You know what I mean? And then, like you said, it's just like anime. There was one point where it didn't faze me that I was watching a subbed anime. I was just hearing the characters and reading the subs in my mind, but without subs, I don't know. It'd be weird.
Would you say, that maybe not you personally, but do you think there are people that are like, oh, I'm definitely learning Japanese because I want to enjoy these streams?
Yeah, there's definitely some people that learn Japanese because of them.
Because I mean, for me personally, and this is back when I was a kid, that I was like, oh, I want to learn Japanese because I want to watch anime without subtitles, or because I want to play these video games before they come out in English. And for me, that was a motivating factor to learn Japanese all those years ago. So I'm like, maybe there's a kid out there who's just I want to learn Japanese because of these VTubers. You know what I mean? It's a totally different generation.
I want to know what people are talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that one bit.
But since there's hololiveID and hololiveEN, I think we just watch them instead.
Instead of sticking to Japanese.
I probably gonna wait
Indonesia.
for translation for the hololive Japanese girl.
Yeah.
Well, with hololive specifically, they already have kind of a intention to breach into the overseas market.
Yeah.
So they started off with Japanese virtual YouTubers, obviously. But they also have already Chinese divisions. They have hololive Indonesia.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and now they're reaching out to the North American audience with hololiveEN.
Right.
So they've already been, at this. They already have a goal, I presume, to sort of make as many big probably one of the top 10 languages at least spoken in the world.
Nijisanji is also doing it. Nijisanji,
Yeah, it is.
Nijisanji Korea,
Yeah.
Nijisanji English, and Indonesia too.
Yeah. And it's pretty obvious because, well, first of all, China is a giant market, and most of these virtual YouTubers have Bilibili accounts as well. And, well, also just
And
people
Twitch.
uploading on Bilibili and Weibo and Twitch.
Right.
Yeah. And the Southeast Asian community is huge with Japanese culture.
Oh, yeah,
and also
definitely.
people who are just interested in anime, for sure. So it's kind of a no-brainer that they'll tackle that market.
Can't resist the money. I just
Well, I
see
mean,
homegirls
one of the-
swimming in
I
that
actually
money.
know specifically a character called Mito-chan who's pretty big in Indonesia, I think. She probably has about 150,000
Mito-chan?
followers. Yeah, Mito-chan on YouTube, I think. And she's
I have
full
no idea.
Indonesian.
Oh no.
Oh no, she's missing it. No, wait. Okay, hold up. Let's reintroduce her again. Bill, what's her name?
Yeah. There's a virtual YouTuber by the name Mito-chan.
Okay.
And she speaks
Hey.
Indonesian.
Minto-chan.
Minto-chan. I never heard
MINT.
of her.
Yeah,
I'm
she does have a sizable following on YouTube, and I got to know her kind of coincidentally through work. But yeah, it was pretty fun. She also has a 3D avatar. She plays games, and she also sings as well. It's a usual lineup of virtual YouTuber.
The lineup.
Right.
The lineup. Yeah. Did we finish up the Pokemon thing, or everything's good, right?
Are we good on
Yeah,
Pokemon?
Are we done with Pokemon?
I don't have anything to add because I actually had no idea who
You don't know
Pokemon
who
was
Pokemon is,
before this whole controversy
I was just
came
trying
up
to
on Twitter.
Hey, I was trying to figure out how to say her name. I didn't know how to say it until now. Pokemon, if you're listening, I'm sorry. I watched the stream actually. I went and watched and checked it out, and she did say I'm not the first person to do something like this, and there's a couple of VTubers that I hope you guys will check out. And I'm not VTubing. I'm just I'm just doing this for my own reasons. But the chat was just confused as heck for a moment. They're like, you're so when she was on an intermission screen, it's just the model sitting there.
Oh, that's kind of weird.
It was just it was just looking.
Just lifeless or whatever. That's so funny.
It was just lifeless. And someone was like, this is really interesting, but it's super creepy that this lifeless thing is staring into my soul right now.
I think, I mean, I kind of agree with Ehan, just to close things out, is that, because she debuted it as herself. She's just one of if one of the biggest Twitch streamers, right, ever.
Right.
So many people know her name. Some people know what she looks like. So it's a little bit, it's kind of like if you just introduce a virtual model, especially one that's supposed to look like yourself. I agree. It's just Pokemon, but with an avatar. You know what I mean? It's not like a VTuber.
Yeah.
It's Pokemon with avatar. It's exactly that.
Pokemon.
And yeah, I don't even think I can't remember if her arms actually if it's tracking
I don't know.
her arms or anything. It's typically just her sitting.
It might be
okay.
It might be different if Pokemon was like, oh, I'm taking this to the next level. I'm gonna start doing covered songs. I'm gonna start singing on Twitch. I'm gonna start, you know what I mean? She's gonna but
we just find out that she's actually hidden. She's a pop singer waiting to cross over into that next phase. But
I don't know. I
No
think
thanks.
it's just everything got blown out of proportion in a way. Because I have nothing against her argument of her just wanting to use a virtual avatar when she's not feeling, like putting her face.
yeah,
on
no,
camera.
I agree with that 100%. Especially if you're gonna be hundreds of thousands of people are gonna be looking at you. You want to look presentable, and then it's just kind of a pain in the ass to have to do your makeup or whatever. I totally get that. When I go on Twitch, actually I do my hair, even though not many people watch me, I still care about myself. So on those days when I don't want to do that, a virtual avatar would be perfect, right?
No, that's true. And I make sure to at least change my shirt because I don't want to be seen on stream with the same shirt 2 days
There's
in a row or
mustard
something.
stains on there.
There's
Yeah.
mustard.
You guys need a VTuber model, dude.
Apparently, yeah.
Yo, so we do have the
get it,
dream. Hollow stars. Let's get it. Let's get it. And so I guess finally, you guys, I just want from each of you just kind of close out just a message to everyone. Just what do you want to leave our audience with? I'll start with you.
I don't know. Watch more VTuber, I think.
Watch
it.
more.
Watch more Hoshimachi
Yeah.
Yeah.
and Gebara.
I'm
Oh,
honey.
Marin is actually here.
She's with you
Oh,
right
what's
now.
up, Marin?
Yeah. Oh, hey.
She's right here.
Yeah.
Ahoy! Oh, hey, hold up. Hey. I'm
what
gonna
up?
tell you one. I'm gonna ask you one more time. So last night on stream, anyone who was on the spell break stream, you know that you heard that. You heard that.
Yeah.
Ahoy!
I
But you
don't
heard
know
a
what you're
special.
talking about.
You heard a special ahoy, and I want to hear it.
Yeah, I love that one. I love
What is
that
that
one.
one?
Yeah.
I've heard the same thing. But
You should make
Oh,
that
man.
your message tone. So when you get a text message, that's what plays out of your phone.
no,
Yeah,
that's bad.
so
That's bad.
you're like
No.
you're like at a
No,
doctor's
no.
office.
Ahoy!
And you're like, oh, excuse me.
No, that's
Hey,
bad.
this is important. Excuse me. Yeah.
I gotta take this. I gotta take
Yeah.
this.
Hey,
Bill,
this is
what?
important.
Bill, what do you want to leave the audience with?
Oh, I mean, I was gonna ask Ehe and Game Duck whether or not how much they spent on the merch for VTuber.
That's a good question. Yeah, I'll let Ehan go
question.
first.
I know me and Alex was talking about getting a Fubuki figure. We didn't end up buying it.
Well, I
Wait,
spent,
now there-
Is the pre-order thing still up?
and I think you missed your window, buddy.
Yeah. I'm gonna wait for the Houshou Marion. What's it called?
The
Nandroid.
Nandroid. You gotta buy like 4 of
Yeah.
those
Yeah.
to make up for it.
I'm gonna buy. I'm gonna buy all of them.
Yeah.
Buy them all. Buy all the figures. And we didn't even talk about but they do have. There's merch. There's figures, and I don't know if there's T-shirts and everything. But
Oh,
there
there's
probably
shirts
are.
for sure.
There's shirts.
Yeah.
I love how Alex like there's shirts for sure.
Alex, aren't you getting
The
Matsuri shirt?
Matsuri shirt.
Yeah, the.
I kind of
the
want it,
face.
but it's like 5,000 yen. But it's such a stupid shirt because it's her stupid face just like blown up on it. I said it if I got that, I would wear it on stream and stuff. But like,
You gotta do it, man. You gotta do it.
I mean,
You
it's
gotta be loyal.
To wear
5,000.
it
It's
in
so
public.
much. Well, I would never.
It's
I would wear
50
that. I would
bucks.
wear that at the gym, maybe.
Eh,
Yeah.
Oh, that would be a perfect thing.
You're
to,
gonna be
work
the
out
biggest chat.
You know, if I wore that like at the gym or something, some dude is gonna take a pic. I'm gonna end up on Twitter basically.
You'll
Oh,
be
yeah.
that
Yeah.
guy.
Like, well, look
You'll
at
be
this.
that-
Look at this idiot, and I'll be
Look
like,
at this king.
That,
Look at
that's
this
yeah.
king.
Look at this
Look-
king.
look
yeah,
at this
you mean
king.
look at this king? Look at me. Yeah, I'll tag like Matsuri, senpai. Be like, yeah, look what I did for you.
Look at this.
Look
I don't know
king.
though. You
Absolute
might just
king.
might blend in because there are plenty of people who are not shy to wear Ahegao t-shirts at the gym. as
I've
well.
never seen those. What gym do you go to?
What really? What you want to
Did I just out myself?
Yeah, that's me. I've seen many people at the gym. Oh, it's just me actually.
Hold on a second.
Yeah,
Oh man.
I think I know this guy. It's me.
that's so funny.
Oh, that's good. That's
Yeah.
good. I guess just to throw it back at you, Bill. How much merch have you bought?
I probably haven't bought any merch that has to do with virtual YouTubers because I'm just fascinated where this could all lead to. I think one of the things that I always kind of had a fascination for is people who stick to being a virtual YouTuber and what they actually want to do with that in the future, because it's a really difficult position to me to imagine.
Mhm.
That obviously you want to be a character, and you chose to be a virtual YouTuber because there are complications that didn't make you want to pursue a live streamer as yourself in front of a camera.
Mm-hmm.
But you're always going to be remembered as a virtual YouTuber character, regardless of staying in your personality and being yourself throughout the entirety of it. So when you leave with whatever legacy or fame that your virtual YouTuber has garnered, are you going to be satisfied with being that character without being
without being
known as yourself?
Yeah, actually, I actually thought about this recently.
interesting.
But like, when a VTuber graduates, like properly graduates, and like leaves their agency and stops being a VTuber,
God.
are they going to kind of do what Kizuna and I did, where they're like, "Hey, it's me. This is what I look like. This is me the whole time," or are they just going to stop and we're never gonna hear about them ever again? Like, what do you
They're
guys
gonna
think?
disappear.
Yeah.
Yes. I think Okayu said it that if she disappear one day, she tells her audience, just please remember her. That's it.
If she disappears one day, just
Yeah,
remember
if she
me.
disappears, just
Remember me as I am.
So she'll
Not
never
as I
like
was.
never reveal herself, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, see, this is the argument that I didn't see was the Pokimane incident, is because what came to mind first is that Pokimane already has
A following.
fame as herself.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And she has no problem with that because she's already been doing it for years, and she already has a huge community just following her and shelling out cash for her, bits and super chats and all. And she goes into the virtual YouTuber realm. Now she has two distinct personalities that can garner popularity in both areas. So, in a way, the argument I saw was going to be blasted into her face was that, oh, you're already,
You're trying to get
have
on this
yourself
other
as
market.
Pokimane, and then you also want to be Pokimane as virtual YouTuber. You're basically doubling your income and your fame. Whereas most virtual YouTubers just have their skin, and if they stop being a virtual YouTuber at some point, just like
That's
Nick Otogibara says, they'll just vanish into obscurity.
Yeah.
And then maybe 30 years down in the lane, when you have two grandkids and you're sitting in your
Hey,
rocking
what's up?
chair, you probably
Yeah.
tell your kids, "Yeah, I used to be okay at one point."
So like, here's the thing
That's a good
that
point.
I enjoy hearing these stories when a lot of these VTubers are just doing like just chatting or whatever, and they kind of are telling stories. They're like, oh, I went to Comic Cat or whatever. I went to this event, and the reason why they can go to Comic Cat is because
Because no one knows.
no one knows their face and no one like really knows who they are. Maybe they sound similar, but maybe they're changing their voice a little bit. Apparently, Hoshimachi doesn't change her voice at all.
Yeah. Dude, that's the story for it.
But like,
I'm pretty sure she can't.
yeah, but that's why like they can go to Comic Con or whatever, because no one knows who they are outside of these characters. But like when they stop being VTubers, like do you think they should reveal themselves as like a goodbye? This was me, or like should they just be like this was fun and that's it?
I don't know.
No.
I don't want to talk. I don't want to think about it.
If
So
if
sad.
they want to, I think it's fine if that's something they personally decide to do. But like if it's like kind of like, okay, I'm graduating, guys. I'm gonna show you myself. It's kind of like, I just want to remember you as you were.
Because here's the thing
me personally.
about a lot of VTubers is that like I actually enjoy their personality. I enjoy the person. I enjoy watching them play games, or I enjoy like listening to them talk. So if they stop being a VTuber, I would probably continue to follow them as just themselves. Like maybe I want to see them play games more, or you know what I mean? Like they have interesting stories.
That's true. Or even as maybe a voice actor or some sort. It's just like, you have your favorite actor or actress. It's no different. You want to follow their career, and as Bill was saying, if they just kind of disappear, they can't really do or maybe they don't feel that they can do the extra route of continuing into that and taking their following with them. It is kind of sad, you know what I mean? Whereas Pokimane, she can, when you think about it, yeah, she did bring in people who had never heard of her before. Like I never heard of her before, but now I do. Or, she brought in new people from this. And
Well, I mean,
that's
because
the
it just
thing.
made the headlines. Yeah, it was so
It made headlines, but
I mean,
different communities, and she's got that second option if she ever wanted to do it. I mean, that's up to her, whatever. But it is interesting. That's a good question.
because like just to bring it back to the beginning, like if Hoshimachi Suisei stopped being a VTuber, I would probably occasionally, if she was just like herself, I'd probably watch.
Posting a
I'd still
video.
watch her play Tetris. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
And like how we watch Gibara or Hoshimachi or Inigami Korone, we like the character design, sure, but I think most people can agree that we're looking through that to the
we stick
personality
around
of the
because
character.
of the personality.
yeah,
Yeah. And if the personality of that person is fun to look at, then to a certain extent, it doesn't matter whether they have a VTuber skin or not.
yeah,
I would love to see their content even after.
yeah.
or
Exactly.
In a different format.
I think fans have become fans for the person, and like I said, I would still love to catch up with like whatever they're up to.
Whatever.
So my question for VTubers is, are they satisfied, or will they be satisfied to quit VTubing at some point and just melt into obscurity without anyone knowing that they've done this huge feat of getting 600,000, 1 million subscribers on YouTube, going on shows, doing tours, selling their own merch, and just have it all wither away? Because actually, one of the things, if I ever have the chance, is I would like to see the contract. I'm sure there is, if you go into hololive as a VTuber, does it specifically say that you cannot ever tell anyone that you were once a
Reveal yourself.
VTuber?
Yeah, that's
Oh.
yeah.
Interesting. Yeah.
I would love to know that, because there is an NDA contract for anything that you do. Like if you're tying up with a sponsor or if you need to talk about a product. And usually the NDA would consist of maybe a year after your contract is terminated that you don't talk about your
you don't talk about what you did.
Yeah, what you've done
Right.
with that company or organization. But with VTubing, I don't know whether or not they actually have a specific column that tells people that you can never openly admit that you were once a certain VTuber that was
dude,
in
that would be
That would be interesting. Yeah, if you basically take your secret to the grave, basically.
that would be like not demoralizing, but that would just kill my self-confidence. That would
Interesting question, Bill. Let's ask Pekora.
Yeah, let's do it.
Good point, Pekora.
It's like,
She's got all the answers.
Man. You know what? I would love to keep this going, but we haven't technically hit that hour and a half, but we're gonna cut it. We're gonna cut it, But this has been awesome. I gotta say, I'm really glad that we were able to do this. And to answer your question, Bill, get me that model, man, and I'm gonna go in that Hollow Stars. You're gonna see me on the big screen, kids. Everybody, wait for it.
By big screen, he means the mobile phone. It's a very small screen.
The title of this episode, the big screen, no, the small screen. So thank you so much, everyone, for being on the show. Alex the Game Duck, you got anything you want to say? You want to finish off with?
I am a perfect human.
Well, that's you're not a human, you're a duck, and just keep on dreaming. One day you'll be real. That sounded cold. I'm sorry.
You guys want to hear my favorite Hoshimachi Suisei quote?
Please do.
Holy fuck!
Yeah, nice.
There's been so much cursing on this episode. I blame you, and then I blame you, Alex Game Duck. I want to keep it safe for the family. You got any more clips that you want to play for us?
No.
I'm hungry. Shut up, son of a bitch!
Anyway, do you have more? Do you have more Asakoko?
I don't have Coco.
What is
I
it?
have
I
this.
should have brought up.
Man.
That was murderous right there.
Kiryu Coco is a gold mine of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, she's fantastic.
Yeah.
I should have brought Pikami clips.
Oh, I love Pikachu.
Let's kill the
That's my
guy.
favorite one. That's my favorite one. Let's kill the hoe.
I think I have that one.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Hit it.
No, I don't have that.
Aww.
Made for next time.
No, but that
my hopes
Let's
got
kill the hoe
super
one
high
is
right
so
there.
funny because she had no idea. She had no idea what it meant, and then
She
Pikachu
got
was
it
like,
from JoJo, dude.
yeah,
That's so
and Pikachu was like laughing so hard, and she's like,
Yeah.
"What do you mean? Like, do you mean no? Do you mean?" And she's
Let's kill
like,
the hoe.
"Yeah."
Ho.
Her accent switching from Japanese to English.
Oh
Yeah,
my
That
goodness.
was so funny.
Oh my
Yeah, the
goodness.
Vom's characters are also something we probably didn't talk
Yeah,
about.
no.
But man, those girls are awesome as well.
Yeah.
Their model is really good, though.
Well,
Really
yeah,
good.
I mean, I'm not gonna expect anything else from Gary-san because his artwork has always been fantastic.
Oh, no, this is the geek out portion. Bill, do you have anything you wanna close out with, my friend?
This was fantastic. I mean, it's always great to talk about weeb shit.
Yeah.
I love it. It's like the one thing I said at the very beginning. Oh yeah, just keep the curse to a minimum, no cursing. Everyone's got it going. Okay,
Let's
I'm
kill the hoe.
kill
We're
the
just
hoe.
going ham now. So yes, thank you for being on. Hey, I know last time you wanted to give your links and everything. You just were just all about it. What do you want to say, man? What do you got?
Yeah. Follow my Twitter.
Just pimping that.
Yeah,
How
follow
do
Twitter.
do you want to spell this?
At 3HHEE.
It's like a jingle, man.
That's it. We're all just waiting. Yeah. Okay. So make sure you follow Ehe on Twitter. We're definitely following him too. He will be posting so many VTuber clips. I mean, this dude is that's all he does. He's supposed to be in school being a lawyer or something like that, but he just posts VTuber clips.
Some of my clips got popular.
Yeah, apparently.
The Luna one.
You see, you want to make sure that you are part of the Ehe Nation.
Here, I got. Let's kill the hoe.
やるぜ Hole. Hell.
Let's kill the hole.
Let's kill the hole.
Yeah.
あの、
はい。
あの、
どういう意味なの？
あのやりまんぶっ殺そうぜみたいな。
There you go.
The
Yeah, that's
Oh,
funny.
that was good.
good.
That
Yeah.
was-
There's a fantastic animation.
Oh, I love that.
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
we
it's
saw
so
this, we saw
good.
this.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
I guess that's what I would close off this stream is that I think this is a fantastic era with VTubing for illustrators and people who draw cartoons and art.
Yes.
There's so much work for them now.
Yeah.
I found so many great artists from VTuber.
I know, yeah, because they were like the father or the mother of the VTuber. Yeah, and
I
then
found Akasai.
yeah, the original designers are so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So kudos to anyone who does fan art. Kudos to anyone who is aspiring to become an artist. This is the perfect time to do it. And someday, you never know, your art might be the most popular virtual YouTuber out there.
I think, yeah, you're right. So there's artists that are making it big, but there's also 3D modelers who are also like making the models for these characters, and they're finding
rigging,
work.
yeah.
They're doing the rigging. Like they're actually getting work out of this. So
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, you know, like I said, for the third time, we're gonna close the show out, everybody. But this has been super interesting.
We keep talking.
also
Everyone's-
the
no,
memeability of VTubers.
my
Like I love
goodness,
how the
Eric.
community just feeds into each other. There's the live stream,
Game
and
Dog,
there's the
stop.
clips, and then there's the memes, right?
You're gonna have to manually put the shutdown button on us because we can go on forever.
Yeah.
Oh man, you know, if I told you,
I got you, Adrian. I got you.
Shut up, son of a bitch.
y'all gonna pay for this. Everybody, thanks for tuning into this episode. This is episode number 51, as I said, and you know, you can definitely listen to the backlog. I think we've been getting better and better every week, and it's thanks to special guest.
Also guest.
Yes.
Special guest like Bill and Ehed that we've had on the show, and we hope for the next season. You know, after year 2 happens, we're hoping to take the show on the lives. We're following these VTubers. You know, we're gonna be like. I ran out of
podcaster.
fudge. I ran out of steam, everybody. So all I'm going to tell you to do is remember, you can follow us once again on the interwebs, on Twitter at UGP_cast. Remember to give Ehe a follow. If you want to hear more Bill, or Ehe on the show, make sure to send us a voicemail that says, I want to hear more of them on the show. And then we'll get them on the show more often because we figured that
It'd be
love.
funny if you send a voice clip of yourself, like, I want more of that guy.
I'm definitely gonna do it.
And in general, if you have any feedback about the episode, be sure to follow us. Not follow us, but send us that voicemail or on Twitter. You know, let us know what you thought about this episode. It's really interesting, and I think we did a really awesome job. And I guess I just have to say thanks to everyone for this one. And like I said, we'll be back next week for episode number 52, aka the 1 year special of the Unknown Games podcast. No, we're not doing anything special. We're just podcasting as usual.
Congrats. Congratulations.
What? Are you saying?
What?
Congratulations.
Oh, congratulations.
Oh,
Sorry.
congratulations. So we were just like,
Yeah, happy B-Day.
Yeah.
happy V-Day. Oh man, but yeah, thanks everyone for always listening wherever you are. Whatever you do, remember, you set the tone. Go play some games, put out some great creativity into the world, and you could be the next greatest artist of a VTuber. You could father or mother the next best thing. So don't give up on your passions and your dreams, and we'll catch you next week. Hit that outro, everybody. Play your clips.
Wise words.
Are we done?
とにかくやれ
Tonikaku yare.
We should make a soundboard out of this.
That's what I'm using now, yeah.
Oh man. All right, guys.
Steam one.
We'll see you. Peace.
Bye.